What's up, Planet Unity? Azazel here, and this is Azazel's Den. This video was supposed to come out a couple days ago, and I do apologize for that. This is a little bit of a two-part video as well, and I realize I say that a lot. The reason I'm saying that is, at the end of this video, there will be a trailer for our new cast member, where I had interviewed her, before we had filmed the mini podcast on Wednesday. And Wednesday, as of recording this, would have been the 14th of March. The reason this is late is a lot of us have been talking, both in our main group chat and our OG's chat, which was essentially the first 4 members that you see on any Control Chaos original, thumbnail. That myself, Chris Velasquez, Red, and Thurman. Now, the reason we had separated chats is because the original one was, as we grew as a channel and with various contributors, that chat became quite active, if you can imagine. If you've ever been in a group chat on Messenger, it gets a little hectic trying to keep up with that. So we moved any, planning stuff to the OG's chat, and also to our private channel on Discord, but I digress there. The reason we've been doing a lot of talking is, as we've grown, we've realized, the chats that I can actually check that right now. So, as of right now, there are, including my alternate Facebook account, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people in there, right? 13 people. Now, look at any recent content. What's the prevailing 4 or 5 people in that? You see where this discussion's going, right? So if you go to our description on Facebook, I'm technically pointing to my second monitor right now. Planet Unity is a collaborative channel branching all media. Current creators are Dragon, Justin, Ryan, Red, David, Chris Velasquez, Chris Swan, Eli. There's 8 there, right? Not featured in that are a new contributor, Jessa, who's actually been featured on podcasts. We didn't feature her because she hasn't been, introduced aside from being in there for a few minutes. Also, not in there is Kate, who, you'll see the trailer after this. So, and then obviously there's no need for my alternate account to be on there. So, there's quite a few, things that have gone awry. And I don't know why Thurman's not on there. Oh, right, because we canned his solo series because it sucked. The issue being that some of these contributors have not done anything recently or ever solo that have promised solo content. Though we've been discussing, what are we going to do? Are we going to reduce them to, collaborators? Are we going to reduce them to just on and off appearances? Justin heads up his own channel, as well as being one of the most consistent uploaders to our channel as well. If you liked the Planet Unity news thing he did with the Fallout backdrop, that was him, which was one of the most commented on videos this month, so shout out to Justin. Dragons appeared on podcasts, and I'm working with him on his script, so that one, kind of leaves him clear. Eli at least reached out to us, because we were going to have him on today's podcast, and that didn't happen because of life. And then there's, a few others that haven't done anything recently. I know Chris Velasquez has been super busy with work, and, the fucking laptop I sent him hasn't arrived, so there's that. And I don't know why it hasn't arrived yet. It should have been there a fucking week ago. So, there's that. But Ryan has appeared on, the death battles we've had an avatar made for him, but yet the one series that he wanted to do, he's never done or communicated whether he's still going to do that or not. And he's not very active in chat, so there's that as well. So it's just running a channel like this, where you're scattered across the United States, it's very difficult. Me being sort of the figurehead of this channel, it takes a little bit of a mental burden. And if you've ever attempted to be the head of something like this while being a full-time college student, it's quite taxing. But yet I'm still here. I'm still, doing the vlogs, hosting the podcast, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Red, life, relationship, full-time college student, all that. He's still able to appear on that. Thurman, new job, new, place to live, all that. He's still there. Noble, as many ideas as he had, he never executed any of them, but he's still here to, contribute. Fucking Chris Swan here every fucking week doing stuff. Shit like that, is kind of a little bit disheartening, when you have a team like this and there's, nothing communicated. So, over the next few months, we'll be either, reducing that list to contributors, or rewording that. As well as, either doing like a trailer or something of, this is us now, blah, 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 blah. And here's, this avatar. I don't know yet. But I do know that this team's going to be going under some overhaul. It might be like podcast team, gaming team, manga team kind of shit. There's a couple things that we're talking about at this point. And no matter what happens, all these people are technically my friends, as well as everybody else's friends in that chat. So no matter what happens, that's not going to end a friendship over a fucking YouTube channel. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to, if you're unable to contribute, communicate to us, and then there's no issue. Just like when we let people go before. Some of that was not, technically amicable because of stupid shit. I don't want that result again. So this video's in a little bit of hopes that it will reach those who have yet to communicate to us if they're still doing their solo project or they just want to appear in the death battles and the podcast. We understand. Totally. We do. I still have scripts I haven't fucking finished yet. I still have sitting right here in this notebook the script to the fucking first episode of the gaming series, as well as the script to the fucking Saturday morning cartoons. That's the Saturday morning review series that Thurman and I are supposed to be doing. I get that life happens. Trust me, I do. As well as in this is a paper copy of every fucking track list of the podcast. I get it. Life gets in the way of shit. And that, unfortunately, is the downside of having a pretty much countrywide fucking YouTube channel. And the goal, in the end, will be once, if and when, we get more popular to be able to communicate a lot easier or have a centralized office in whatever section of the country we're at. And that's years down the road. But that's been a joke that's been going on in the group chat for the longest time. We need a Death Note style hotel kind of shit. I'm just like, okay. That's years down the road, but it's a good goal. But I digress. And if anything happens, it's still Planet Unity. Unless, as we get further and further along, I kind of see us kind of, deviating from what the original Facebook group was. while still staying kind of in that, that niche of, nerddom. So I'm kind of torn there of keeping the Planet Unity branding in or not, but I honestly would like to, as of right now. Maybe down the road and might be rebranded. I highly fucking doubt it, but that's always a possibility. But that would be up to the entirety of the team if we drop that Planet Unity name. It's been a joke for a while now as well, so there's a little bit behind the scenes. But I really don't want to change my fucking Twitter handle again either. But until next time, here's the trailer. Peace. Hello, Planet Unity. We have a new member joining us today, and I'm going to let you take it away. Introduce yourself a little bit. Basically, a little bit about what your fandoms are, what your gaming preferences are, all that kind of stuff. The same questions we ask pretty much everybody that joins the team.
Okay.
Yeah, just literally anything.
Okay.
Like, what's your top anime that you're biggest fan of right now?
So my top favorite anime right now definitely has to be Ancient Magnus Bride. It's the one I'm absolutely obsessed with right now.
You'll fit right in along with Chris right now. That's all the cringe escape chat that we have is about, is just like how obsessed he is with it. Like,
it's so good though.
I know. I'm just like, he got into it with one of our other members, Thurman, and he's just like, okay, you're an idiot if you don't like the series, and it's just turned into like basically tearing apart the chat, and I'm like, we need to make a vent room for him. So now that chat's nothing but him bashing Thurman's taste. What's your console preference?
PS4. I'm a PlayStation fan.
Awesome. Any particular game that's your favorite series?
Kingdom Hearts.
Figured that.
Did the tattoo give it away?
And the gushing over the trailer.
Yeah.
There's that's actually perfect, because that's one of the discussions I was going to be bringing up, was theories about the new game and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that fits perfectly with what I've had planned for the last 3 months, and haven't been able to actually get anything done with that, because I'm the only other Kingdom Hearts fan in the chat besides Chris, and Chris is always at work. So it'd be great to work alongside you for that and other projects in the future. So, and obviously you can introduce yourself a little bit more in the live stream, but this here just gives us a little bit of a trailer for you. And the other one I always bring up is a little bit of a life story. What led you to nerddom?
I guess my brothers, they always had shiny consoles I wasn't allowed to touch, so I was able to go sneak into their room and start playing, even though I didn't know what I was doing. So, and that led me to want to play more of the Nintendo than the 64, and then I finally got my own Game Boy Color and fell in love with it. And then, of course, the discovery of Toonami and anime, I guess, itself, and then having friends who were very into it, and it's kind of molded me like that.
What was the first anime you actually watched?
I would have to say Escaflowne.
Nice. One that's not actually very common.
Mm-hmm.
The answers I've gotten before were like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Hamtaro, Pokemon. I'm like, okay, I hadn't heard Hamtaro for a while, but everything else is pretty starter package.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting. So, one other, and that would be favorite anime movie.
Probably as stereotypical as it sounds, I would have to say is the Cowboy Bebop, the movie. I can rewatch that any day.
Awesome. well, welcome to the team. And obviously, once this is up, the live stream will already have been up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time.